This is r/confession. 3 secrets today. One about a mark on the skin, one about a door left open, and one about a choice that changed everything.
I lied to my pick-me friend and she got a tattoo based off of it. Alert. Update at the bottom. I, 25 female, was introduced to Peggy, fake name, 25 female, through a mutual friend. She had recently moved into a friend's neighboring apartment unit and was quickly introduced to our friend group. Almost immediately, I could tell we weren't going to get along based off of some backhanded compliments that were given, but I decided that it was too quick to judge her fairly and invited her to a game night that a friend and I were hosting. Huge mistake. Game 1. Sardines. During a drunken game of sardines, in the dark, Peggy faked a fall and pushed my head into a shelf. How do I know she faked it? Because she literally told me in front of everyone and laughed about it, saying, "I found him first, that's why I pushed you." Game 2. King's Cup. Peggy called me out during the never have I ever portion for having gone through a divorce. Talking about it normally wouldn't have bothered me since everyone who was there already knew about it and were really supportive during that time. But it was the fact that she was trying to single me out and shame me for it. Throughout the rest of the night, this kind of behavior continued, and by the end, I was thoroughly convinced she had some sort of vendetta against me. Finding out what, or in my case, who, it was, took almost no time at all. One of our friends, who we'll call Mark, was in attendance that first night. Mark, 28 male, is a tall, kind, funny, and generally attractive guy. Essentially, he's catnip for her tripe. At this time, we were pretty close friends, and Peggy did not like that. For the next 6 months, anytime he was around, I had to deal with the most ridiculous, awkward, and petty attempts of her trying to single me out or embarrass me. Now, here's where the tattoo comes into play. I had been planning on getting a dragon tattoo for over a year. I am fully aware that dragons are a common and trending tattoo, but I wanted it anyways because it was special to me and my mom. I had even worked with my tattoo artist on incorporating her favorite flowers into the piece and figuring out what kind of style and other details I wanted. About a month before my appointment, Peggy heard a friend and I talking about the tattoo and started asking questions. I swear I could see the moment the light bulb went off in her head because she grew the biggest stuff-eating grin I have ever seen. My light bulb moment happened shortly after. When she asked where and what kind of dragon tattoo I wanted to get, I lied. I told her about how much I loved the movie Spirited Away, because I do, it's a banger, and went on a tangent about how I grew up on that movie, how my dad showed it to me, and that it'd be cool if he, Haku, was wrapping around my arm or something. If you haven't seen the movie, one of the main characters is a boy named Haku who turns into a dragon. Peggy had never seen this movie before, so I encouraged her to check it out and ended the conversation there. Now, considering she had never seen it before, I didn't think she'd actually do it, but Reddit, she did it. And it wasn't just a tiny cutesy little thing either. She committed to my exact description. The thing is freaking huge. When she showed it to me 2 weeks later, I was in shock, and she probably thought I was upset for taking something from me. But I went home that night and switched between feeling awful for lying to her and laughing for how utterly unbelievable she was for doing it. 2 years later, and I'm still doing that. I had confessed to a friend recently about my lie, and that's when she told me. She went to the tattoo appointment with Peggy that day, and word for word, Peggy had said, "She's going to be so upset, this is like the exact tattoo she wanted." Regarding the girl who went to the appointment with Peggy, we didn't become friends until after this all happened. At the time, we were only acquaintances, and she ended up dropping her as a friend for her own personal reasons after. We discovered later in our friendship our mutual distaste for Peggy, but this also wasn't the crux of our friendship. Neither her nor I dated Mark. I had turned him down early in our friendship before she came into the picture. Don't get me wrong, Mark is a catch, but he deserves someone who's crazy about him, and that just wasn't me. Didn't know how to edit a post until now, but here you go. Face is blocked out for obvious reasons, but I don't follow her socials, so you guys will have to settle for her cropped PFP. Here's the Haku tattoo. I finally showed this post to the friend who went with her to the appointment, and she was kind enough to supply a picture of the tattoo in progress. Haku in progress. The crazy thing is, she did this to her too, with a tattoo commemorating her favorite music artist. From her. I initially wanted the tattoo because he's literally my favorite artist, and so I sent my artist, the one you met, my reference photo, and she said she wanted to come because she was thinking about getting one too. So we get there, and he started doing my stencil and stuff, and when she saw, she said, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute, it would be so cool if we got matching tattoos." Me, being excited, and at this point having no issues with her whatsoever, was like, "Yeah, girl, it's your body," so I just was like, okay, and let it happen. I guess it's a memento for her. She got the exact same thing and exact same placement too.
You know what cracks me up? Peggy tried so hard to annoy you, and you didn't even flinch. She was busy running a whole competition you didn't sign up for, and still came in last place. And the tattoo thing? Oh my gosh. She really sprinted to a tattoo shop to copy an idea you made up on the spot. That's not revenge. That's a side quest she forced on herself. You didn't lose anything. She just committed to a permanent reminder of a lie you told while being petty. It's kind of iconic, honestly. Imagine trying to upset someone so badly you get a giant dragon wrapped around your arm, and the person you're targeting goes home, eats a snack, and sleeps fine. All right, speaking of doing the absolute most for absolutely no payoff, our next story involves someone fired, but not really. And let's just say the break room never saw it coming. Let's get into it.
They fired me months ago. Most of my meals still come from their break room. I used to work at a small ice rink as a Zamboni driver. I'm a broke college kid, and a few of the other employees were broke college kids too. So they often had pizza, hot dogs, ramen, and things of that nature in the break room. The thing is, they fired me in December. By that I mean they never said I was fired, but they never scheduled me for any more hours and completely ghosted me. In doing that, though, they never told me to give my keys back, the keys that opened the break room. So every week, I bring a Tupperware, go through the back entrance, and steal as much food as I can. What can I say? I'm jobless and can't afford food. There's no cameras. Who's gonna stop me? I technically work there. I'm invincible, and my food comes from their wallet.
I can't lie. This one genuinely made me laugh. Because the way they fired you without actually firing you, that's not a termination. That's an organizational nap. They didn't give you hours, didn't communicate, didn't take the keys back, and then left free food sitting around like it's a community offering. At that point, you're not stealing. You're just participating in the world's laziest severance package. And honestly, if a company ghosts you and still leaves the door unlocked, I'd take it as a sign the universe is covering lunch. But now I'm curious, how long can someone keep a job they technically don't have? Speaking of deals that aren't really deals, our next story goes into what happens when you marry for the wrong reasons, and the price tag that comes with it.
Marrying for money sucks, and I do not recommend it. Married a 40-year-old when I was 19. Started dating when I was 17. Yes, it was gross, but that's what happened. The only reason he married me is because I was hot. The only reason I married him is because he had money. I actually do have other redeeming characteristics, but he married me because I was hot. I know this. Everyone knows this. It doesn't feel great, but I can deal with it. We've been married 20 years. 4 kids, so we are stable and we have lots in common at this point, and we do love each other, but if I could go back and slap myself, I would. What nobody tells you, or they try and you don't listen because you're an idiot teenager, is that marrying like this means you will freaking owe him. For everything, every goddamn day. Not just in the bedroom, but in every other matter in your life. The stuff you never imagined someone else trying to decide for you. And you don't just owe him for the money. It's a lot heavier than that. He'll never say it out loud, but you'll know the deal. Fundamentally unequal. He'll pull rank at the most random times, and it will make you feel like you're falling through the floor. I don't hate my life or anything. I accept that I made this bed and I have to lie in it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. My oldest daughter is 2 years younger than I was when I met my husband, and I can't imagine.
This one hit different. People love glamorizing marry rich like it's a cheat code, but they never talk about the bill that comes with it. You can feel the weight in every sentence. That kind of unspoken debt where you're always the junior partner in your own life. I respect you for being honest about it, though. A lot of people pretend the trade-off is worth it forever, when sometimes it's just heavy. And the fact that you're thinking about your daughter, that tells me you've grown way past the girl who made that choice. Money can buy comfort, but it can't buy balance. And it definitely can't buy the feeling of being on equal ground. What do you think? Would you ever marry someone you weren't fully in love with if the lifestyle was guaranteed? That's all for today's r/confessions. Some secrets are heavy, some are harmless, but getting them off your chest, that's the real relief. If this one made you think, or it just made you feel human, give it a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Someone out there might need to hear them. And if you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you here. Hit that button, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one, where honesty is messy, and that's okay. Bye.